Hello, Jedediah.
Hello, sir.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Please recite Psalm 78, 37 through 55.
Psalm 78, 37 through 55. Their heart was not steadfast toward him. They were not faithful to his covenant. Yet he, being compassionate, atoned for their iniquity and did not destroy them. He restrained his anger often and did not stir up all his wrath. He remembered that they were but flesh, a wind that passes and comes not again. How often they rebelled against him in the wilderness and grieved him in the desert. They tested God again and again and provoked the Holy One of Israel. They did not remember his power or the day when he redeemed them from the foe, when he performed his signs in Egypt and his marvels in the fields of Zoan. He turned their rivers to blood so that they could not drink of their streams. He sent among them swarms of flies, which devoured them, and frogs, which destroyed them. He gave their crops to the destroying locust, and the fruit of their labor to the locust. He destroyed their vines with hail, and their sycamores with frost. He gave over their cattle to the hail, and their flocks to thunderbolts. He let loose on them his burning anger, wrath, indignation, and distress, a company of destroying angels. He made a path for his anger. He did not spare them from death, but gave their lives over to the plague. He struck down every firstborn in Egypt, the first fruits of his strength in the tents of Ham. Then he led out his people like sheep and guided them in the wilderness like a flock. He led them in safety so that they were not afraid. But the sea overwhelmed their enemies, and he brought them to his holy land, to the mountain which his right hand had won. He drove out nations before them. He apportioned them for a possession and settled the tribes of Israel in their tents. Psalm 78, 37 through 55.
You are an amazing little guy. The minute you open your mouth, the Word of God really does come through you powerfully. I'm proud of you. You've done a phenomenal job. And you think about Psalm 78. You know, God is talking about how he was provoked by the very people that he loved. We don't like that message today. We don't like the message in the church that God can be provoked. The reason why is because we want the blessings of God, but we don't want the boundaries of God. God says, Jedediah, he says, Jedediah, I want to bless you. But you know what? In order to get this blessing, Jedediah, you're going to have to live inside of the boundaries that I make. Now, if you step outside of those boundaries, you have now provoked me to replace those blessings with burdens. So today as a Christian, that's what we need to do, is pay attention to the boundaries that God sets up. And we can see what he does when he's provoked, and we don't want to provoke him, but he is a God who loves us enough to bless us when we're inside of those boundaries. You rocked it, man. I'm really proud of you.